You can also discuss some more topics to kind of play the politics game. You can make joint war declarations with someone else. So right now I could sort of ask Suleiman to help me in declaring war with Napoleon or Augustus Caesar. And usually it depends very much on their appreciation or hatred of another civ. So I know, for example, that Augustus Caesar kind of hates Napoleon. So when I attack Napoleon, I'll probably ask Augustus Caesar to declare war with me against Napoleon. You can also form a pact of secrecy, and if you read right now the tooltip, it says that a pact of secrecy is a covert agreement to undermine another player. It will make the other leader less friendly towards the target and more likely to want to go to war with him or her. So that's kind of, it's a secret agreement, and nobody will know if you and another civ have a pact of secrecy, but it will first of all make the civ with which you form the pact of secrecy more likely to go to war, so it'll help, and it will also kind of back that's the other civ in a corner, in that I won't make any trade agreements with them if I'm forming a pact of secrecy against them. I want to undermine them. And the other civ, Suleiman, will not want to make any trades with whichever civ that I choose to undermine. So it's kind of playing up civs against one another. And it's very subtle. You have to kind of play with it a little bit to see who wants to form pacts of secrecies against whom. And it's something that you'll learn with the personalities of the leaders and over time in a single game who wants to do what. The next pact that you can form is a pact of cooperation. A pact of cooperation is obviously kind of an alliance. It will improve relations with the other leaders. It will kind of make it more likely to trade, make it less likely that you'll attack each other, and it's overall just kind of a making buddies with another civ. It's fairly interesting, but it does take some work to get a pact of cooperation off the ground. You'll already have to be friendly, so you have to maybe start training something with someone to kind of get them on your good side, and eventually you'll be like, hey, you want to cooperate? And they'll be like, yeah, sure, let's hug. And so it will make them, much more well disposed towards you, and just overall your friends. You can also, tell them, hey, bitch, back off. Stop trying to settle near me. This is my land. Don't steal it from me. It's kind of a threat. It's you do need to back this up with an army or with something else, because otherwise the other guy's going to be like, what are you going to do? If I settle near your city. And this is something that other civs will often do to you, is if you settle a city near them. Like, for example, I settled Kagoshima here, kind of close to the French, and after I did, Napoleon came to me and was like, yeah, I don't really like what you did right there. This is not a cool move. And so that worsened relations between me and Napoleon. I'm still not hostile with him. It would say right here hostile if I were, but I'm not. So let's see, if I go see Augustus Caesar.
Salve.
So he's saying, hey, you got a lot of army on your side. And if we discuss
Procede.
pact of cooperation, I must decline.
Non.
I did have a pact of cooperation with him. I think I might have one right now with him, because it says I'm done working with you right here. Let me see. If you do want to see what deals you have active with someone, you can click Diplomacy Overview here, and it will tell you about your relationships, your deal history, and global politics. So, for example, I don't have any diplomatic actions with Napoleon. I do have a pact of cooperation with Augustus Caesar, and I have a pact of secrecy against Suleiman. And I do have a pact of cooperation with Suleiman also, so I'm kind of buddies with those two. I'm working a little more with Augustus Caesar than with Suleiman, and I don't have anything against Napoleon. And let's see if I go to Augustus.
Salve.
He's now telling me that I have a strong economy on top of having a strong military. That's again awesome.
In keep.
Let's say I decide to form a pact of secrecy against Napoleon. Yeah, he agrees. So we're kind of going to be working together against Napoleon from now on, and so when I attack him, I'm going to ask for help from my buddy Augustus to help me take out Napoleon. He's not going to be able to do a whole lot because he's honestly got no military. He's all the way, his main cities are all the way back here, doesn't have many units. His cities here are kind of small and shitty. But still, it's better than nothing. So that was an overview of diplomacy. overall, don't be afraid to make friends, but don't be afraid to kind of push people around either, especially early. If you get some early advantage against someone else, it is going to have kind of ripple effect. The earlier you do something in Civilization 5, the larger the effect it's going to have on your overall game. So the sooner you take out someone, you kind of push them around or just seize one of their cities, the better a place you will be overall. And so for the moment, I think I've talked about pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about. I did want to talk more about combat and about promotions, but I guess I will make a second video for that later on, because that's a whole different topic on its own. So yeah, for now, I guess I will stop this mid-game basics tutorial video. Check out my channel, subscribe if you want to be notified when there are going to be more videos, because this is not my last video that I'll be making. And yeah, until next time, have a good one.